Hello, my name's Scott Perry. I'm a professional magician and this is a magic review.
It's a kind of magic.
In today's video, we're going to look at a whole bunch of things. There will be timestamps below and there will also be links to everything in the video description. So navigate to whichever thing interests you the most. But what we are talking about is the Gimmick King. Again, a link will be in the description below. Gimmick King, aka Steve Rowe. So Steve has some really cool stuff, props and interesting and weird things that probably most magicians should have. So I think you're going to really like this. There's not many, I think there's only one review of the Gimmick King on YouTube. So I'm happy to spread the word and let you know about Steve Rowe and the Gimmick King. But without further ado, my favorite thing here is the Breakaway Sharpie. So you will probably know what this is by the name, but let's say you're performing a magic trick to someone, you give them a pen, they sign a card, and then you take the pen back, and then you get the pen out again, and you say, "Oh, sorry, can you just put down a number on there as well?" And they take hold of the pen, and it becomes a Breakaway wand style pen. I think this is so good. I haven't used this yet at a gig, but because it only arrived today, but I am absolutely going to carry this to every single gig I go to. Of course, some won't be appropriate for this kind of joke, but some will. Weddings, for example, I'm going to do this at every single wedding I go to because I just know it's going to get a laugh. And I know that people are going to talk about this for the rest of the night, even after I've left the event. So this is the first thing. It's the Breakaway Sharpie. It's about £22. And it's basically a Sharpie version of a Breakaway wand, which is a classic of magic. And you give it to someone and it breaks when you give it to them. So that's the first thing, the Breakaway Sharpie. I think it's so good. And then we'll move on to another similar thing. I say similar. Obviously, fruit pastels are not similar, but these are not fruit pastels. So again, if you wanted to get someone to write on a card, this is so deceiving. There's a little, where the cap meets the actual body of the pen, there's a slight gap. And most of Steve's products at Gimmick King don't come with instructions or anything. So it's assumed that you will know what you need to do with them, or it's assumed that you will figure out a way to use them yourself. But this is the sweet pen. I think it's £10, and it's just brilliant. So as I say, I was looking at the slit and I was thinking, do I turn this? Is this the bit where you put the real fruit pastels and then all of this is a load or something? But it's not. It is literally just you say, can you sign a pen? Sign a pen. Can you sign a card for me? And obviously they're going to look at you very, very perplexed, and they say, yeah, just sign it. And it's going to be one of those moments. I can already tell it's going to be one of those moments where people will not know how to react, and it will catch people very off guard. So yes, this is the sweet pen, £10. You can also potentially mix this with something else that I'm going to show you next, but that is the sweet pen. The next thing, as I said, you can put with this. So these are wrappers, printed wrappers for fruit pastels, and they have various reveals on them. So this one is the 7 of Hearts. There are 3 reveals. You get the 7 of Hearts, the 4 of Diamonds, and the Jack of Diamonds. So you get 3 reveals in each packet of these, and there's 10 of each one, I believe. So you get 30 of these in each packet that you buy. I forget the exact price of these, but you'll have to have a look on the Gimmick King website. Again, link in the description below. But as I said, you could potentially put it on the sweet pen and you have a reveal as well after they've signed the card. But of course, you can also put these, you can take the wrapper off of an actual packet of fruit pastels, and then you can wrap this on, and then you can give the fruit pastels away at the end of the trick as a souvenir, because you're such a nice person as a magician entertaining people. They also come in two different variations. I think there's a hard gums or possibly wine gums. I can't remember. It's one of those two, and polos as well, I think. So they are just labels. You buy the label. It's up to you to do what you do with them. There are no instructions, but again, a really cool, fun thing, especially if you're entertaining at weddings, especially if you're entertaining in very casual, personal settings. I would not perform this in a corporate, in a business situation, but at a wedding, at a birthday. I don't perform for children, but of course it would be a great trick for children as well. So yes, they are the sweet labels. Speaking of labels, we also have the love heart labels. Again, the same thing. It's just, it says love hearts on one side, and then it says the two of hearts on the other side. So same as the sweet labels, but these are love hearts rather than fruit pastels. Different countries have different kinds of sweets, so you will have to check whether these sweets are available in your country before purchasing these labels. Again, speaking of stickers, these are tuck box reveals, and I think that every magician should have hidden little magic tricks within each one of their tricks. Sorry, each one of their magic bags. And this is just a little vinyl sticker, high quality vinyl sticker that goes on the side of the card box, and it just says 3 of hearts instead of, or there's also one that says 5 of spades. They come in red and blue boxes in bicycle rider back. So the fact that you can stick these on the side of a card box and they are there just in plain sight, I highly doubt anyone's going to catch you with them, but you can always just turn the box towards yourself and no one's going to see it. So I think these are brilliant, and they are not much money either. I think they're about £8 a packet. And yeah, I just think that every magician should think about having things like this, that just in case they're caught off guard, or just in case someone thinks of one of these cards, and then you can reveal it on the card box in some way, just from a thought of card rather than using the cards themselves. So again, a very cool addition to your arsenal that just gives you another option to have an out or a reveal. And then finally, Rolo Polo. So this is an effect, a full effect, where it also goes with a deck of cards that Steve produces or has released under his name, and it's where you have someone thinks of a packet of sweets. So with the deck that you can buy from Steve, also there's a way that it has sweets printed on the cards, and there's ways of forcing a card. So basically, they end up picking polos. You bring out a pack of Rolos, the chocolates, not the mints, and you say, "Yeah, I got it, Rolos. That's the one you were thinking of." And they say, "No, you're dumb, stupid magician. Go away." And then you say, "Wait, let me rectify the situation, because if I could do magic, then I would be able to rectify the mistake, right?" And then basically you rub the R away on the letter R. You rub that away on the packet, and it exposes the P from the polos. So you now have mostly the Rolo packaging, except that underneath is the Polo packaging. And then when you break it open, there are no Rolos inside. In fact, there are Polos. It's filled with Polos. So it's a very interesting, very cool trick. Again, I think this would go down really well at weddings. Also, if you are a wedding magician, or you want to get into doing weddings, this would be a great trick to do at wedding fairs or wedding open days, or these kinds of events. And when someone comes up to your booth, to do this and then give it to them with a business card as they leave. So they're leaving with something from you. You've given them more to leave with than they've arrived with. So yes, that's Rolo Polo. Can't remember off the top of my head how much this costs, but really fun effect, really interesting use of common items, sweets, or if you're from other parts of the world, candy. Really interesting ideas. So yes, they are the products that I wanted to talk about today from Steve Rowe and the Gimmick King. I think they're such great, interesting products. Steve does a fantastic job at hand making all of this stuff. They are just props that I think most magicians, whether you're an amateur, a hobbyist, a semi-pro, even a professional, I think that these are fantastic things to have that you may not use all the time, but every now and then they'll get such a laugh, and people will love your performance more for it. There are, of course, more things on Steve's website, The Gimmick King. Again, for the final time, links will be in the description below. Do check them out. The reason why I discovered The Gimmick King, because until recently I was unaware of The Gimmick King website and Steve Rowe's work in his effects. But a friend of mine said that, well, he showed me his extreme burn gimmick, because in the UK, we, over the recent years, have changed from paper money to polymer notes. So it's quite difficult to make up an extreme burn with polymer notes. So a friend of mine got his made by Steve, and he showed it to me, and it's amazing. So if you're looking to get an extreme burn made up really well to a really high standard, you can get in touch with Steve. Again, the link's in the description below, and Steve will make it for you for quite a reasonable price as well. So that's another thing to keep in mind if you have stopped using extreme burn ever since we moved into polymer notes. So yes, a whole bunch of interesting things, really cool props, really cool gimmicks, really cool tricks. And that's what I have for you today. Have a look at the Gimmick King website, and I hope that you find something that you didn't know about before watching this video. Of course, as always, you can leave a comment below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and I will see you in the next video.